dear friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course, hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. And you see already the table is full with my supplies. What we need for this DIY? We need, of course, some tumbling tile blocks, and I use the smaller blocks. Of course, I have here my container with everything inside. You already know, but for everyone who is new, I always have a container with everything I need by hand. Some brushes, markers, scissors, some mud pot, some twine, and of course the wood glue. This is a very easy brand and cheap brand wood glue. Of course, with this DIY you also can use your hot glue, so it doesn't matter, but still be careful. I have here, for example, just a piece of paint can with my black color, but of course you can choose any color. But we are going to make some Halloween ghosts, but most of the time they are white with some black, but I give my own twist on it, so we will see how this one turned out. And of course I have my saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. So these are the main things we need for this DIY. So you see already the first step is on the table. This is 9 rows of 3. So 9 rows of 3 blocks. We are going to glue the tops and we're going to place them together. Very easy. Just make a nice row out of it. And we do here the same, just do some glue on the top, on this one, and again we make one row. And so we're going to do all of them. I don't know if everyone who is watching is decorating for the Halloween. In the Netherlands, Halloween is not that big as in a lot of countries, because we have here, of course, Walibi, Holland, which is celebrating Halloween, and your park is celebrating Halloween. But decorating in the homes, is coming, because the shop I always shop, the Action, is also now with some Halloween nutcrackers, some jack-o'-lantern lanterns, if I'm correctly. And of course it is coming here in the Netherlands, but not as common as a lot of countries have. So, but I always love it. But I love the Halloween, which is cute, funny and sweet. But I don't like the really scary Halloween. But that's of course everyone's cup of tea. Then we're going to squeeze all 3 of them. I'm going to start at the top. We're going to squeeze them and make sure that you have a nice straight line. Of course, you can use a carpenter's square if you want to. I just do it with my fingers, but everyone has their own way of doing things. So don't worry, just do the way you think it's right. And of course this one, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. And again, this way, and then we're going to wipe away the glue, and like I said, we give it a couple of minutes. And of course you see already we have our 9 pieces of 3. What we're going to do, we take 5 pieces. What we're going to do, we do some glue on 4 of them, over here and over here and over here. And this will be so easy. Maybe this is also fun to do with your children or grandchildren. We place them on the side. We place this one on the side, and this one, and this one. And number 5 is the closure up, so you get a nice piece of 5 blocks together, and make sure that you have them in a straight line like this. And we're going to press it together. Be careful because it's still not totally dry. I'm going to wipe away the glue, and I'm going to give it a couple of minutes drying. Now we place our 5 rows of 3. We're going to place this way straight up. We're going to get some, you see already, flying glue. We're going to do some glue over here, but we're going to do it not totally to the underside, but a little from the side off. We're going to place it on the side, and we leave open, I think, a centimeter of 1 until 2, just what you prefer. We do here the same. We do some glue, but not totally to the underside, only to over here. And we place this one in the same direction on the other side. We do here the same. Again, some glue on the first 2 blocks. Place it again a little lower. And we do here the same. The first 2 blocks we do some glue. And we're going to place this one in the same direction as the other one. Of course this way. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes. So if everything is correctly, you have now this piece. What we're going to do, we're going to get 2 loose blocks and we do some glue. And we place this one carefully against this one. And we do here the same. Also over here. And we place this one in the same height as the last of 3. So very careful. And we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to do first the next step. In the meantime, while the underside of the ghost is drying, we're going to take 3 blocks on a row. We do some glue on the top and some glue on this one, and we make 1 row out of it. So this way, and we're going to place it down. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. And we do on 6 of them, we do some glue over here and over here and over here and over here. And I make them in 2 sizes, the ghost. This is the smaller size. We place them straight up. We place this one against here, this one over here, this one over here, this one over here, and the closure up. And this, and we're going to squeeze it, press it together. Like this, and then we're going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So we gave it a couple of minutes. We're going to place this straight up. We're going to do some glue on each block over here, and we place it down, and we place this one straight up, and we're going to place this one on the back side in the middle. So very careful. And we're going to give this also a couple of minutes drying. So now we also have the ghost his head. Now we're going to make a stand where he can stand on. We're going to take 6 blocks because we keep it very simple. This way we're just going to glue these 2 rows of 3 together. So very easy, just row them together. This one. And of course, this is one made with totally tumbly tile blocks and not sawing. I did choose for that because not everyone has a jigsaw or maybe a saw and is a little bit familiar with making some sawing pieces. So I just especially did it without sawing. So I hope if you want to saw it and you make it a little bit more rounder, you can easily get your jigsaw and saw it around. But I'm especially going to make it for everyone who doesn't have a saw. So I will see how far I will get to let it look like an Halloween ghost. So we're going to give this a couple of minutes. So now I'm going to place 1 on the side. I'm going to do some glue in the middle. We're going to place it down and we're going to row them together this way until we have a very easy stand where he later can stand on. We're going to wipe away the glue. And we're going to let this dry, and then we are ready for the small one. We are ready to paint. So if everything is correctly, you have now 1 piece of this one. For the smaller size, you have a stand with 3 rows, 2 rows of 3, and you have a head. What we're going to do, of course, we're going to decorate the head later with some wooden letters. You can use some sticker letters. If you are a great someone who can paint really well, you can paint on top of his head by yourself. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to give it a little coat of paint, and I'm going to do this, of course, in the white color. So I'm going to do on my mix table, I'm going to do a little bit of white. And this is not white, which is covering totally. You see already, it gives only a little bit of the lighter touch. I'm always going to mess around. I'm sorry, but I want to show it to you as fast as I can because everyone's time is precious. So I'm going to take my time and I'm going to paint this one totally white. So now the body of the ghost is drying. I'm going to get now for the head, I'm going to do a little bit of the darker gray, and it's also the same like with the other one. And you see already I need to open this. First I thought he was already open, but he isn't. So I am really sorry, but it's very easy to do. So I'm going to do this in a little bit of the darker gray color, and the bottom I'm going to do in totally schoolboard paint black. Of course, I'm going to do a little bit more. And I'm going to take my brush again, and I'm going to again make sure that it is not totally in the gray color, but a little bit lighter a color. So I take my time for this one also. So, and now we are left over with the bottom, and the bottom I'm going to do in the schoolboard black color. So very easy, just a little bit, because that's really a dark color and I like the bottom in the dark black. So this is not shining through, this is just easy and it's covering in one coat. But choose any color you like. I'm just going to do this color, but you can choose any color you want. So I'm going to paint this one also, and then we already have the base of the first small ghost. In the meantime, while the base of the smaller ghost is drying, and of course we're going to decorate it and change it up. But now we have 5 rows of 9 blocks. This is 9, 9, 9, 9 and 9. What we're going to do, very easy, we're just going to get some glue, place it on the wider side over here. We do here the same, and we roll them on this way together, and then I hope it goes a little bit faster for you too. So again, and this one, and number 8 and number 9 is the closure up. So you're going to squeeze them like this, and you can make one row out of it. So we place them over here, you wipe away the glue, you get another row of 9, and you do the same. You just place some glue on the middle piece of the block and this way, and you easily row them together this way. Let me know in the comments down below if you are going to, I almost would forgot one, if you are going to decorate also for the Halloween season, or if you're not. You see already, this is also something part of DIY. Of course, I first should have placed it together and not do it this way. But that's the greatest about wood glue. You can easily just change it up and place it together again. I make one big mess out of it. Again, we're going to wipe away the glue. And this is also DIY. Things that go wrong. And again, we're going to wipe away the glue. We're going to get another one. And now I hope I do it right this time. So again, number 3, number 4, and number 5. And let me know in the comments if you are also going to make your own DIYs for the Halloween season, or maybe you are going to buy everything. I saw already with the a lot of videos from the Dollar Tree, from Hobby Lobby. A lot of people are buying there, and I'm so jealous at your florals. You can get black floral, and you get purple, and you can get all the colors, but that's not what we have here. I will do this too a little faster. So now we have our 5 blocks of 9. I know it was a little bit an obstacle with it popping out, but of course we are just going to do the tops, and we're going to do this one, the tops, and we do this one, and we're going to do this one, and then we're going to roll them together until one piece, and this way, and this way, and this way, and this one will be the closure up again. And we're going to make sure that we fill in the open gaps, because we don't want open gaps. That's why the grades don't wait too long, and then we can easily, very gently squeeze it, and the open gaps are filling up nicely. Again, the sides, and we're going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to let this dry in. at least for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, while the middle piece is drying, we have 4 rows of 5 loose blocks. So 4 rows of 5, and we're going to do a little bit on the tops, and we're going to row them very easy together this way. And of course, I'm going to do the other one a little bit faster. So this is already one piece. Squeeze it and make sure that you have a nice straight line. And I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So now you see already we have our 4 pieces of 5. We're going to lay them over here. We're going to get our middle piece, and we place this one on the side. Place this one straight up. And we're going to do the same like we did with the other one. We're just going to do some glue, but we're not going to do it totally to the underside. And we're going to place it straight up. And of course, you see already one is already not totally dry yet, but he will dry on top of here. So we're going to make sure that he is glued over here. We do here the same. Over here, and we're going to place this also straight up in the same length like we did with the other one. And again, squeeze it very gently. And we do here the same. Also until here, and we place this one also a little lower, and this one the same. And again, place it on the side and give it some pressure, and we're going to let it dry in for at least a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, while this is drying a little bit, we're going to take 4 loose blocks, and we're going to do some glue on one, and we glue them together. We do also this one and glue them together. Squeeze it, and we're going to wipe away the glue and let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So now we have our base again. We're going to do some glue on this side in the middle of the block, and we place this also on the side, but on the last 2 just against each other this way. And we do here the same, and we place this on this side and also over here. Make sure that you have the on the underside in a straight line, or else he doesn't fit on your stand later. So we're going to let this dry at least 4.5 hours, and we go further with the head of this ghost. For his head, we're going to use 1 row of 4 blocks, 1 row of 2 blocks, and 1 blocks on the side, which are 10 pieces. At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I'm right, 10 pieces. So we're going to do again on the longest line. We are going to do some glue, and we're going to row them together, the same like we did with the body of the ghost. So again, row them, and it's very easy to do. And number 9 and number 10 is the closure up. We're going to squeeze it, but be careful. Don't make the mistake like I did and squeeze it too hard before you already started in the middle, because or else everything will pop out. We have the 1 of 2. We're going to place them together, and now the 1 of 4. Very easy, make 1 row out of it. And again, this one. And we're going to let this dry in for at least a couple of minutes. And I'm going to wipe away the glue again. So now we gave it a couple of minutes. We're going to do some glue on this side. And we're going to place this against here. So this way. We do here the same, but we only do 2 blocks this way. And we're going to place this also against here. And we're going to let this dry also. Now we already have the head of the bigger one, so we only need now the stand. In the meantime, while the head is drying, we have 2 rows of 4, and we're going to do very simple the way we did earlier. Again, row them together until one piece. Here the same, and here, and the last. And we're going to squeeze it And we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes again. So we gave it a couple of minutes. We're going to place one on the side and we're going to make another line in between over here. And we're going to glue them together this way. Very gently press them together. Make sure that you have a nice straight line. And we're going to wipe away the glue. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes before we're going to paint also the base of this one. So, and if everything is correctly, you have again the same pieces I have. You have a stand, you have a middle piece, and you have the head. I'm going to paint, of course, this again in the white, this in the dark gray, and this one in the school board black paint. But I won't bore you with that. I will paint it and then you see how it turned out. So I painted all the pieces of the base, and now you see already we have one over here, and now we're going to glue the heads on top. So I'm going to get my wood glue and I'm going to glue this on here and this one on here. So we do this very easy. I'm just going to do some glue on the top of the body over here. And we're going to do some over here. We place it down and we place this one exactly in the middle and we're going to squeeze it. We do here the same. We do some glue on the top and we place it down and we glue this on top of here. And we're going to let this rest at least for a half hour. In the meantime, while the head is drying on top of the frame, I have here my bag of googly eyes. Of course, like I always tell you, everyone who is already for a long time, I'm not a great person who can nicely sign some eyes on top. So I always use some googly eyes. I'm going to do two different sizes, bigger for the bigger one and smaller for the small one. And I'm going to paint them in the black school board paint. And then I'm going to glue them on top of my ghost. In the meantime, while our googly eyes are drying, I did get my bag with wooden letters and I'm going to do the word creepy and the word boo. So we will see how this will turn out. And of course, I'm going to paint them. I don't know if I do both of them in the orange color or maybe a little of a different color. We will see. But first, I'm going to do find out the letters because it's one big mess. Of course, I should have sorted them out in letters, but I didn't. I did it in one bag. So don't do the way I do it. Just sort them out by letter. So now I'm going to start with the middle one and I'm going to place some googly eyes on top of here. And of course, these are stickers, so I have a little time for peeling off the back side. So don't worry, I will glue them on top of here and then you will see the eyes from me. So I did glue my eyes a little bit one higher than the other one, and I did try to make a mouth with my pencil, and I'm going to paint it in with some black paint. Of course, I'm not a great painter, so I hope I don't destroy it, but we will see. So, and I'm going to do this the same on the bigger one, but first I'm going to color this in with a black paint. So I try to do my best with the mouth. Of course, it is not totally perfect, but I do my best every time. I hope I learn and learn. So now I'm going to get my letters, which are orange, and I chose for the word boo, at least for the smaller one. So I'm going to figure out where I'm going to have them. I always lay them in front before I'm going to glue them, because then you can still redo it. So I'm going to go for this, and of course I use some wood glue. I just do a little bit on this side, and this side, and we're going to place it down. Not too much pressure. Of course we do some this side, on this side, and we just going to lay it in between. We do here on this side of the O and this side, and again lay it down. And now the last over here, and we're going to place this also down. And now we're going to look for if we still need to redo it. And of course the letters O needs to be, and then we can give it a little bit of pressure. And we're going to let this dry in. I'm going to do the same with the other one, but then the word greedy. And of course, I don't do the word greedy. It is creepy. I don't know. I hear myself saying it, and this is not correct. So I'm going to place this bird also on top with some wood glue. And of course, there cannot miss a little bow on his head. Of course, I do with some raffia. So you like this. I just made a simple bow, the same you tie your shoes. So I'm going to do some glue on the back side, and I'm going to place it over here. In this way. And I have a smaller one made. I already did it out of camera because or else you get very bored. And this one is for the smaller one. And I'm going to place this one on top of here. So of course you can go as crazy with decorating your ghost, but I'm going to keep it this way. The only thing we need to do, we're going to glue it on his stand. And yes, you see already the stands are already over here, but I was missing something, a little bit of the orange which need to come back in the head. So I'm going to do on the head, I'm going to make little dots of orange, the same color I have over here. I make little dots on his head. But of course you don't have to do that. So I did a little bit of orange paint on top of here, and I always do the back side of my brush because he's nice round. I'm just going to dab it in and just very easy make little rounds on top of here. So very easy. And of course you can do it with a marker, you can do it with anything, but for me this is very easy to do. So I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to make a couple of them and some smaller ones. But like I told you, you don't have to do this. This is just what you prefer or not. So I like that the orange is coming back a little, and now we are going to glue it on top of his stand. So now we're going to get some wood glue, and we do some glue on the underside in the middle of the feet over here and a little bit over here. You see, this way on his feet, and we're going to place this one in the middle over here, and we're going to press it down and let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So, and this is already number one. I'm going to place the bigger one, also the large size, also on his stand. And you see in a moment the quick impression. And here you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tower blocks to a little Halloween ghost. I'm so happy how both of them turned out. Of course, I had a little heart in it if it will look okay or not without sawing, but I'm really happy how both of them turned out. I hope you give this to a try. Everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw, and if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to my description box, there you find the link for the DIY channels, and hope to see you there. And everyone who is here already for a long time, thank you so much for spending a little moment of your day together with me. Everyone have an amazing day. See you in the next one. Bye.